Hey guys, so for today's random talk video, I am going to be talking all about the TV show Nashville, and that is because I recently found out that the show is being cancelled. And yeah, so I literally found out about this a couple of hours ago. I was sitting in a lecture and I just saw it come up, and I'm not okay. Literally, that just like brought down my entire day. Like, I was just sitting in a lecture, whatever. My friend was on Facebook, and she was like scrolling down her feed, and there was an article that came up about shows that have been cancelled, and the photo for the article was of Nashville, and I was like, oh my god, please tell me that Nashville has not been cancelled. So naturally, the first thing that I did was like Google Nashville, to find out that yes, in fact, the show is being cancelled, and I'm devastated. Like, honestly, I did not see this coming at all, because I know for like the last like month or so on my Twitter feed, like all of the Nashville accounts have occasionally been retweeting like hashtag renew Nashville for season 5, and so I kind of just thought, like, it was gonna be renewed, because that's how these things go. Towards the end of every season, you gotta wait until you see if they're renewed or not. And I guess this one just isn't going to be renewed, and that makes me really sad. Especially because literally, like, last night I just watched the newest episode of Nashville. We're currently on season 4, and this is going to be the last season. We're not even getting like a final season to say goodbye or anything. Like, this is just the end, and I have such problems with that. And I think one of the things that really bothers me about this is that this is the first TV show that I've been following, like, from towards the start. Like, I think I got into it like halfway through season 2. Like, this is the first show that I've sort of been following along that it's been cancelled and it's not going to get a proper ending, and that bothers me because I'm the kind of person who needs closure with their TV shows. So I need like that final goodbye episode. I need that in my life, and the fact that this is not going to have one is devastating to me, because I love this show. If you guys have been following my YouTube channel for a while, or even like my Twitter account and stuff, then I think I discovered Nashville, like I said, whenever it was like halfway through season 2, like a couple of years ago. And at the start, it wasn't really that interesting to me. Like, I kind of just stuck with it to see where it went. But towards the like third season and this like fourth season, it's gotten really good. And the fact that it's being cancelled just I don't know, guys. I just don't know what to say or how to feel about it, because like, I love the show and I don't see why it's being cancelled. I did try to find a reason on the internet of why it's being cancelled. I think I read something about inconsistent viewings or something like that. Or inconsistent ratings, which is, I guess, kind of the same thing. But still, that makes me really sad, because right now on the show, like, so much is happening, and the fact that we're not going to get like any answers for any of these things that are going on right now just really makes me upset. So yeah, like, I'm really gonna miss the show. I really loved it. I just, guys, it's not okay. And I'm getting kind of sad thinking about it, because it's like almost all the shows that I'm watching currently right now are gonna end within the next year or so. Because I know for a fact, like, Pretty Little Liars only has season 7 left. That is the final season. The Vampire Diaries probably only has like a season or two left in it as well. And yeah, like, those are like the main shows that I've been watching. Any show that kind of started around 2009, that I've kind of been watching is gonna end soon, and then I'm gonna have to find new TV shows, and that's a struggle for me, because I find it really hard to find new TV shows that I like. And yeah, it just upsets me. Um, and yeah, like, this is literally all I can say. Like, I'm upset and I'm in shock, and I just can't believe that the show is gonna be over. So yeah, there's that. For the rest of this video, I actually wanted to talk about some of the things that I would like closure on, even though I'm probably not going to get that, because we the episode that just aired of Nashville was episode 19 of season 4, and I looked up on the internet how many seasons or how many episodes were going to be in season 4, and there are only 21 episodes in this season of Nashville, which means that this show is ending in 2 episodes, and in 2 episodes, that's not enough to get closure, especially since I know that they've already filmed this season of Nashville, so it's already wrapped, which means that they're not going to change the last 2 episodes of the season, so yeah, things are going to be left on cliffhangers, and I'm not going to like that, and I just have such a problem with that. Yeah, I just, guys, like, there's been so much going on in this show recently that I don't know how it's going to, like, how it's being cancelled because it's been so good. Although I guess, like, everyone says that about shows that they love that's been cancelled. I mean, I've watched a couple of TV shows that didn't get a proper ending and were cancelled really early on, but whenever I was like going in to watch them, I knew they had been cancelled in advance, so like there was no point in me getting my hopes up. But with this, I had hoped that they were going to get renewed for season 5, at least just one more season to let us say goodbye to the characters. I mean, I'm so attached to these people, guys, and like, it's just really upsetting. But yeah, okay. Moving on from like not focusing on the fact that the show's been cancelled, I wanted to actually talk about the last episode that I watched because a lot of stuff happened and I can't deal with it. I don't really remember the last time that I talked about Nashville in a video. I think that it was maybe like before Christmas or something. I don't really remember. It might have been before that, but I definitely know that I do have a lot of thoughts about this season, and so I wanted to share them with you guys. And I also kind of want to share what I hope happens in the next couple of episodes, maybe get some closure on some things. And yeah, so the first thing that I really want to focus on in this most recent episode of Nashville is Maddie's storyline. So yeah, this was something that I never expected to happen on the show. I mean, I don't think there's really been any show that I've watched that this has happened in. Maybe Desperate Housewives. It's like basically Maddie gets emancipated from Raina and Deacon, and that was heartbreaking to watch. Honestly, like. The official like emancipation happened in the episode 2 episodes ago, and it broke my heart so much. Like, guys, I didn't want that to happen. I don't think anyone wanted that to happen, but it did. And it was just really shocking. Like, I just can't believe that happened. I never saw that for Maddie at all because like she's literally, I mean, I guess you could kind of see that, like, she's kind of a little bit rebellious, and that's always kind of been a part of her, like, whenever she found out that Deacon was her dad, and she, like, wanted to pursue music and all that, like, this, I guess it kind of makes sense that this would happen, but I just never thought that they would do it on the show. It never even came into my mind that this would happen until, like, she brought it up on the show, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. But I mean, I secretly hoped that it wasn't gonna go through with it. Like, Maddie is just not in a good place. She's not in the right mindset to make her own decisions right now, and so yeah, like that's a big thing, and I really wanted to see where the show was going to go with that because they're obviously not going to be able to share that much about it in the next 2 episodes. Because basically what's happening now is that Maddie is going to be signed. She's signed to a recording studio, recording studio. I don't recording people. She signed to one of the recording labels. She signed to a label, which is in New York, and so she's going to be moving away from Nashville because of her friend Cash, who is really controlling and like not a good person at all. Like, I really don't like her. And I know, like, I never had a good feeling about her to begin with. Like, whenever she was convincing Maddie to write songs about coal and stuff, like, I didn't like her. So I would be really interested to see where that goes with Maddie. Obviously, we're not gonna know what happens, but I would kind of hope that she would become like a Juliette Barnes type person, who Maddie's always wanted to be, but obviously, like, she'll be different than that because of her upbringing and stuff. I don't know. I just want the best for Maddie, and what I thought was best is that she didn't get emancipated, but she did, and it was really sad. Also, side note, the song that Maddie sings whenever she's like doing her showcase, I don't really like that song. I don't think it suits the character at all, and so yeah, that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, we'll never really know what happens to Maddie Conrad, and I'm really sad about that. But yeah, it was definitely a big thing. And leading on from that, we also have Deacon. Guys, I swear to God. Um, Deacon, I love him to pieces, but at the same time, we know he's got anger issues. He's an alcoholic. It's been really tough for Deacon the last like season and a half. I mean, I always wanted good things to happen to Deacon, and I thought like finally whenever he married Raina that good things were gonna happen, but things that are bad just keep happening to him, and I want good things for him, and yet in the last episode you see him like he's gonna lose his bar, and he's gonna like he has alcohol, and it's like if he drinks, guys, literally last night whenever I was like watching the TV show, like I tweeted, I was like, if Deacon drinks, I'm so done with this show. And I didn't mean literally I'm done with the show. I mean, if he drinks, I'm still gonna watch, but like I don't need that. I don't need Deacon to fall off the wagon. Not at a time like this. Not when we don't know what's gonna happen to him in the future. Like I can't, guys. I don't want Deacon to drink. I mean, that was the whole thing of season 3. Like Deacon was gonna die because he needed a liver transplant, and we didn't think he was gonna get it. But then he did, and he was okay, and things were going well for him. And like, guys, Deacon. I have high hopes for him. I hope he doesn't drink. In the last episode, it left us a cliffhanger. We don't know if he's going to drink. He answered the phone to Rihanna. I hope that he can find his way back to her, and like they can continue to be a family, even though Maddie's no longer with them. It's a really emotional time on the show right now, and so we got a lot of things happening. So I think that and another thing that we'll probably never know what happens. Teddy. So if y'all don't remember, Teddy's in jail, and the last time we saw him was just before Maddie's emancipation hearing, and he was signing an affidavit to side with Raina. But yeah, like, does he ever get out? Do we find out what happens to Teddy? Like, he just hasn't been on the show at all this season, and I really miss him, and I hope that he's okay too. I hope that good things happen to him too. Because, I mean, we haven't seen him in a long time, and I just kind of feel like the show kind of forgot about him, even though I know the actor's, like, doing fine, like, the actor's, like, on other shows and stuff, so Teddy's fine, but, like, you know, I just want to know what happens to him. I want to know what happens to all the characters, which is why I'm freaking out that the show's being cancelled and we're not going to get a proper ending. Gotta remember to breathe. Other things to talk about, another story which I really need to know the ending to, like, I really hope things work out for him. Will Lexington. Guys, ever since Will came out, I've, like, loved it. I've been, like, supporting him 100%. Like, I just love Will. He's, like, my favorite character. I mean, they're all my favorite characters, but Will especially, like, I need good things to happen for Will because he's fighting this, like, tough battle right now. Like, country music's not accepting a gay artist, and it's like, please, just let Will into your hearts, people. He's a nice guy. He sings good songs. It doesn't matter what his sexuality is, please. I need good things to happen to Will Lexington, and I think it's so sweet that Luke is helping him out. Like, ever since Luke decided to step back in and help Will with this problem, like, I've actually come to really like Luke. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't like him. I don't know if I ever mentioned that in a video before, but I'm not a fan of Luke Wheeler, but ever since he decided to help Will, I've been on board, and I want good things to happen to Will. I hope that he becomes a big country singer, and I hope that he can do what he loves and not have the fear of being gay bashed or whatever. Like, I need good things to happen to Will. And another person that I need good things to happen to is Layla. As you guys know, Layla is like the most underappreciated character on the show. Like, literally, everyone uses her. She's always like second best. Like, no one chooses Layla, and she's underappreciated, and I have such a problem with that. And so, like, I really felt for her whenever she lost Jeff Fordham, because, like, I mean, she made me like Jeff Fordham. She made me, like, wish he was still around for her, because he was, like, the only one that really loved her, and I need people to appreciate Layla, okay? And now she's, like, with Avery, which I really don't like. Like, I'm a Avery shipper 100%. Like, Juliet and Avery get together. That's another thing. We'll never know if they get together. I don't think they will, but guys, I need answers to all of these things. I feel like I'm filming a Pretty Little Liars video right now, because all I want is answers to all these things that I'm never going to know the answer to. Like, that's how bad this is. That's how much I'm freaking out right now. But yeah, so basically, Leela called paparazzi the last time she was in an alleyway making out with Avery, and then they were in the press together, and Leela used that publicity to get good ratings for her album, and I don't like that. I don't like the fact she's using Avery. That's awful. Like, Leela, find a way to be appreciated in your own right. I mean, I guess it's really everyone else's fault that Layla's doing all the things she has to get attention. But I still, like, I just want good things for her too. I mean, things have never been going well with Layla. Um, it's like every so often good things will happen to these characters and then bad things will come and just knock them right out. Which I guess is the point of TV shows like this. Like, it'd be really boring if good things just happen to these people all the time. You need, like, good and bad things to keep a balance. But I just think Layla needs a break, and so does Wills. And, like, they've always been the underdogs of the show. I remember when they first came in season 2, and I really didn't like either one of them. But then they, like, got married, and then there was a whole big thing whenever Will came out. Like, I did learn to really like these characters, but I do remember at the start just how annoying I thought they were. But yeah, so need those two characters to have good endings, because if they don't, I'll have such problems. And yeah, so moving on to, I think, the last person that I have to talk about, saving the best for last, and that is Juliet Barnes, people. So one of the things that drew me to Nashville in the first place, one of the things that really wanted me to stay and watch the show was Juliet Barnes. She is literally my favorite character on the show, without a doubt, hands down. Oh my gosh, I just remembered I have to talk about Scarlett and Gunnar, but after this. Yeah, hands down, Juliet is one of my favorite characters on the show. I just love her. She's just so fabulous, and I really missed her when she wasn't on the show. If you guys didn't know, Hayden Panettiere took some time off the show Nashville because she was dealing with postpartum depression. But I'm really glad that she's, like, back on the show and everything's fine now. And yeah, so Juliet's just been one of my favorite characters, and ever since she came back from her treatment, she's been so fabulous. Like, I love her so much. And whenever she came to Avery and she asked him to give her a second chance and he didn't, I was heartbroken. I was like, oh my gosh, no, this is not happening. Like, I needed Juliet and Avery to be together. Except in the last episode, Juliet actually got with that actor guy she was with in that movie. Which I kind of liked. Like, he was kind of cute. I liked that he was liking Juliet for who she was, and I thought it was really sweet that whenever they were filming the movie, he, like, covered for her being pregnant and everything. Like, it was just, like, I don't know how to feel. Like, I want Juliet to be happy with this guy, but at the same time, I need Juliet and Avery to get back together. So there's a lot of conflict with what I want with Juliet right now, but I really just want her to be happy. I'm really glad that she's back, and yeah, like, I just want good things for Juliet. I want good things for all the characters. Like, there's no character that I want a bad thing to happen to, because I love them all so much. But I mean, I feel like Juliet needs a break because she's been through quite a lot. And so, yeah, like, I also hope she gets that Oscar that she was nominated for, because she was nominated for an Oscar, and I thought that was a big deal. So yeah, hope that she wins the Oscar. Hope that she gets back with Avery. I hope that, like, their little family can be happy together and live happily ever after. And yeah, so finally, the last people that I want to talk about, and I can't believe I almost forgot about them, are the exes, Scarlett and Gunnar. Last time we left off, they were not in a good place, and I'm not okay with that. So yeah, basically, in an interview, Scarlett made it out that she only got with Gunnar because Gunnar's brother died and she felt bad for him, and that is not a good way to tell a guy that's how you decided to get with him, even though that is what happened. I mean, if you guys watch the show, like, we all know that's how it happened, but I mean, there was more to it than that. There was more feeling behind that. Yeah, basically Scarlett just made things awkward between them, and I have a feeling they're going to break up. I mean, they're not together, but I just mean, like, their band is going to break up, the exes, which would suck. I was actually hoping that they would get back together because, you know, I'm a shipper, guys. I ship everyone, and I want them to be together and all happy, and I just want good things for these people. But yeah, so basically, Scarlett and Gunnar slept together, and for a while you thought, oh my gosh, are they going to get back together? But then the interview tore them apart, and now Scarlett's doing her own thing. Gunner's like riding with that April woman who I also really don't like, and I think is going to screw over Scarlett and Gunner at some point. And I don't know what's going to happen with that either, because, you know, we're not going to get an ending to the show. And so, yeah, I think that that is everything that I have to say. I know that this was a really rambly video, and I apologize. I just sort of needed to get all my thoughts out about this. But yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments below what TV show you miss that's been cancelled, because I know for me there's a lot of TV shows that have been cancelled that I wasn't happy about. And so, yeah. I guess that's it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. So, the identity of the Red Devil killer is not exactly a shock, to be honest. Like, I feel like if we were all smart about it, it was pretty obvious who it was from the very beginning. And, like, I had my suspicions, but then I didn't really know.